Alright, y'all, so today we're going to be reacting to a video by Nerd Nostalgic, how Toy Story 4 destroyed a perfect trilogy. I want to tell y'all something real quick before we get into this. Do y'all know how long it took me to actually watch Toy Story 4? I knew it came out like a while back. I didn't really care to watch because I'm like, why are they coming out with a fourth one? Like, it's so unnecessary. Like, Toy Story, we all know it should have ended after the third one. Like, why is there a fourth one? And then I'm hearing that they're making a fifth one as well. It's like, y'all just running this shit through the damn ground at this point. Wrap it up. Like, I don't understand why they still trying to make Toy Story movies. Like, the shit, we all know it should have ended after the third one. Nope, we on the fifth one. They're making a fifth one. Why? Wrap this shit up. Like, y'all just digging his grave at this point. We're gonna go ahead and dive on in.
What about you guys? I mean, maybe the attic's not such a great idea.
We're Andy's toys, Woody.
We'll be there for him. Together.
Normally, whenever something is led into our hearts,
Should've wrapped it up after the third one.
With the understanding that you may falter or stumble, but we'll get through it together. Unless, of course, you start acting like a complete stranger who not only calls us idiots, but then says we were idiots for ever caring to begin with. While Toy Story 4 may never go to such an extreme as spitting in our faces, it might come as close as a cartoon cowboy and spaceman ever will.
Can we agree on just one thing?
What?
That being there for a child is the most noble
I mean,
thing
Toy Story 4
To
wasn't
really
as bad
understand
people
why
were
Toy
making
Story
it, but
4
like, I
is such a
still feel like
letdown,
them making
we
it
need
was
to go back and touch
unnecessary.
base on
Like,
the original
we don't
trilogy
need
and the
this. Why do we need
impact it
this?
had on an entire generation. The original Toy Story, released
why
in
did y'all make
1995,
it?
introduced audiences to Woody, Buzz, and a myriad of toys owned by a child named Andy. It was a pitch-perfect toys to life, fish out of water story about recognizing the importance of being part of a family. We follow the newly acquired space adventurer Buzz Lightyear.
I'm Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger, Universe Protection Unit. My ship has crash-landed here by mistake.
As he learns he's a toy and not just crash-landed onto some alien planet. There's a simple beauty in watching him realize how important he is, even if
He
it
really
wasn't
thought
in
he
the way
was
he
a
initially
space ranger,
imagined.
like, boy.
In 1999, Toy Story 2 deepened their stories, particularly Woody's
Toy
fear
Story
of
2
being
is my
forgotten.
favorite
While
one.
the first Toy Story focused on Buzz's acceptance
This is my
of being a
opinion.
toy, the sequel focused on our cowboy Woody having to reckon with the idea that children grow out of toys and he may be left
Andy ain't
behind.
shit.
What's
Oh,
the point in
I think that
prolonging
was.
the inevitable? We're all just one stick.
Oh, what's his name? Squeaky?
To that.
I forgot what his name was.
The third installment, released over a decade later in 2010, was a masterful
Should've
and
wrapped this shit
emotionally
up.
charged farewell that encapsulated the experience of growing up and moving on. By the time Toy
Ain't this
Story
the one
3
where they,
premiered,
the bear tried to
that
kill
had
them?
grown up with Andy was entering adulthood. Many were the 17 to 23 age range, facing transitions in their own lives. The film's central theme of letting go and embracing change struck a chord with these viewers. They related to Andy and the toys as young adults as much as they did when they were children. The climactic incinerator scene where the toys accept their fate.
Maybe they
hand in
should've
hand
just
was one of
died.
the
Never
most
mind. I'm
intense
sorry, this
and
is a kid's
emotional
movie.
moments in animated film history.
I'm sorry.
But it was the final scene, Andy passing his toys to Bonnie, that truly
They should've wrapped it
solidified
up
the
right
film as
here.
the perfect send-off. Andy's
Right.
quiet goodbye to Woody, his acknowledgement that his childhood had come to an end, felt like a reflection of the audience's own experiences. It was a moment of closure, a definitive ending that left viewers with a bittersweet yet satisfying sense of completion. Because that's what good stories
end.
and
It
series
should've
do.
ended right
These
after
are
this.
stories with the intent to educate, entertain, encourage questions about life and relationships. For 15 years, the Toy Story trilogy was a near perfect examination of coming of age. Quentin Tarantino
like,
even named Toy Story
they
3
reached
one of his
one up.
favorite movies of 2010.
In the case of Toy Story, the third one is just magnificent. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Then, Toy Story 4 came along and with one quick
Why?
shove said,
Money, please!
but before we take a whiff of just how badly Toy Story 4 stinks, I want to highlight the much more appealing fragrances available at today's sponsor,
Girl,
The way we
y'all
smell
go
is an
support.
often overlooked part of how we present ourselves. Or the way we
I like
smell
these
is for
should
me
never be
until I
saying,
found
y'all go
Sunbird.
support.
Using the same fragrance every day.
Okay,
made
while
me
they
nose
talking about
blind to
this,
how I smelled to the
one thing I do like about
With
Toy
Sunbird,
Story
I'm
4 is
able to
that
try
Woody
out over 900
is accepting
curated
that
fragrances and
the
move
little
about
girl
the
don't want
world
him no
with
more. Like,
confidence, knowing
just
that I
live
always
your
smell
toy
fantastic.
life with
This
the
month, I tried out French
what's her
Riviera
name,
from
Bo
Man's
Pete.
Sarah Paris.
Y'all know what I'm
And
talking
later on
about.
from
Live your life, whatever.
French Riviera's got this fresh
I mean,
mix
you like
of
this
citrus
girl
and pepper,
for a
while
while,
the
so it's
brew has
like-
a warmer base of vanilla and
She's
berry
moved on.
sage. I just dab a little
You need
on
to
my
move on
wrists and
too,
neck,
baby.
and I'm ready to go. Scentbird's flexible
So
fragrance
that's what I do
subscription
like.
service means that
Would
I
he
can
accept
switch
that
my scent
the
every
little girl
month
don't
without
like
having
him no
to
more?
commit
Like,
to a full
baby,
size
it's not.
bottle.
He realized like it
Fragrance
ain't the end of the
drops
world.
in a
Like, baby, I still got a whole life ahead of me.
a full 30 days.
You got a
And before I know
whole
it,
life
the
ahead of
next
you,
one
Woody.
shows up on
Like,
my
this is a
doorstep
big
and
world.
a
Go
whole
live
new
your
fragrance to
toy
try.
life.
It's convenient, low risk, and the best part
So
is
yeah,
that
that's
super
what-
affordable.
that's one
If
thing
you're
I
looking
like.
to cure your nose blindness
They
like
really
I
over
did
here
and
talking
freshen
about
up your scent,
fucking-
scan the QR code on the screen or
What
use
is
the
this,
promo
cologne?
code NerdStalgic2 to get 55%
Y'all
off your
scan
first
the
month
code.
at Scentbird. You can get your first fragrance for just $8, and the next month it'll only be $16.95.
Girl.
Again, and now, let's jump back into the video.
Okay,
From
like,
the
come on.
outset, Toy Story 4 felt like an afterthought, a corporate-mandated attempt to wring more money out of a franchise that had already achieved
Right, they was just
perfect
doing it.
ending.
They trying
The
to get
film's
money.
narrative is entirely unnecessary, breaking the thematic arc established in the first 3 films and shifting the focus in ways that fundamentally alter the core of the series. One of the most egregious aspects of Toy Story 4 is its treatment of Woody. Throughout the first 3
Right,
films,
they don't like
Woody's
Woody no
character
more.
arc revolved around his unwavering loyalty to Andy and
Right.
his purpose as a toy, to bring joy to a child. Toy Story 3 concluded this journey beautifully by showing Woody embracing his new role with Bonnie, ensuring that his purpose would live on.
And then
But
Bonnie
Toy
switched
Story
up on
4
him.
betrays this core idea. Instead of continuing to be there for Bonnie, who by all logic should have been Woody's next great companion, he suddenly decides that he doesn't need a kid at all. The notion
Period.
that Woody, after years of
Move
devotion
on.
to his owners, would abandon Bonnie to live as a lost toy with Bo Peep feels wildly out of character. It's a decision that directly contradicts everything.
I
that
mean,
made
it's
Woody
like
who
he's
he
accepting
was.
that he's not wanted anymore. Like,
No matter what.
it is
Then
what it
there's
is.
Buzz Lightyear, a character who had been Woody's equal on
People
the
may
call
not
sheet
like
in the
that,
previous
but me
3 films.
personally,
Toy Story
I
4
don't-
reduces him to a
I didn't really
dim-witted
see-
comic relief
I wasn't
character,
mad at
sidelining
this-
his development
his
in favor
choice
of new characters who add little
of
to the
just, like,
overarching
leaving.
story. Mostly because, like Woody, his arc was completed a movie prior, but instead of respecting that at all, they said, just make him a himbo, but unlovable. His inner voice gag is not only repetitive, but completely undermines the intelligence and growth he displayed in the earlier films.
I have to go.
Where are you going? Why?
Should we all go? Are we going?
No time to explain. Attack.
No time to
Seem
explain.
like
Which is slightly
Buzz
better than the
developed
disregarded side
backwards or
characters
something.
like Mr. Potato Head or Slinky Dog. Everyone is pushed aside to introduce characters that are more product placement and toy ads than characters. And let's talk about Forky.
I want you to
Not
meet
Forky sound. He was getting on my nerves.
Look how long his arms
Out of
are.
here.
A literal piece of trash turned toy. On the surface, that's sort of a beautiful idea.
He's
Upcycling
irrelevant. I'm
and
sorry.
repurposing,
I don't
but
like
those
him.
aren't the overtones
Bitch,
Toy
you're
Story
not
4 is
needed.
concerned with touching upon. If they wanted to connect with a younger audience, perhaps having them
Talking
play
about
with
some damn
new
40s.
toys would be a solid idea. Generations change because the world changes. Art should reflect that. The rise of digital entertainment, video games, tablets, and streaming has drastically changed how children interact with stories. In addition to missing out on a new generation, they also somehow missed out on the original fans who had grown up with the series. The original Toy Story audience had matured, and Toy Story 3 gave them the closure they needed. Instead of respecting that, Pixar's decision to continue the series felt like a blatant attempt to chase nostalgia dollars without actually understanding what made the franchise special.
I can't believe the nerve of that cowboy. Who does he think he is? Exactly. He was way out of line.
For longtime fans, Toy Story 4
What he
wasn't
did?
just an
I don't
unnecessary
remember.
sequel, it was a betrayal. It took Woody, a character who had spent 3 films learning the value of loyalty and purpose, and stripped him of everything he stood for. It minimized Buzz, sidelined classic characters like Jessie and Rex, and introduced new characters who lacked the depth and charm of
Yeah,
the
I
originals.
didn't. That's
And
I
now
didn't
with
like.
Toy Story
I didn't like
5
that they did
on the
that.
horizon,
Oh
it
my
seems clear that
god.
Disney and Pixar have no intention of letting the franchise rest. While Toy Story 4 was
Wrap it up.
unnecessary, a 5th installment just feels exploitative.
Oh my
Not just of the
God.
characters, but the audience as well. What story is left to tell? Especially
Right,
with
like,
more
what are we
characters.
talking
The more
about?
they stretch out this
Like, what
series,
could
the more
possibly-
they dilute its impact. turning what was once a deeply personal story into another never-ending Hollywood franchise.
They need to wrap
The
it
decline
up.
of Toy Story
Y'all trying to
is
get
emblematic
money.
of a larger issue in Hollywood: the refusal to let beloved franchises end on a high note.
Exactly.
Franchises like Star Wars, Jurassic Park, and The Lion
There they
King
go.
have all suffered from similar issues. Stories that once
Exactly.
carried weight and emotional depth are now reduced to mere brand extensions. Few animated franchises hold the same emotional weight and cultural significance as Toy Story. Since its groundbreaking debut, Toy Story has been more than just a series of animated films. It has been a coming-of-age story for an entire generation. For those who grew up alongside Andy and his beloved toys, each installment in the series mirrored their own journey through childhood and beyond. Toy Story 3 provided what seemed to be a perfect conclusion, wrapping up the story with heartfelt closure and a message that resonated deeply with fans who had matured alongside these characters. Toy Story 4 wasn't just unnecessary, it actively damaged the legacy of a near-perfect trilogy. It stands as one of the most egregious examples of a studio failing to understand its own franchise. Tarantino,
even out of the positive stuff I said about this movie, I still feel like they shouldn't have made a fourth one. Like, it literally took me so long to watch Toy Story 4 because
You literally ended the
what this came out in like
story
2019. I literally didn't watch it when it came out because like I didn't care for it. I'm like, why are they making another one? Like, even when I was little, I felt that way. I don't remember how old I was.
And well, that's
Probably
it
like
for this video. But before you head out, make sure you check out today's sponsor, Scentbird. Use the promo code NERDSTALGIC2 to get 55% off your first month and start smelling your best.
I probably was like, what,
And
12?
what do you think?
Okay. Yeah, I probably was like 12 or 13 when it came out. Like, even then, I still felt like them making a Toy Story 4 was unnecessary. I'm like, why the fuck is there a fourth one? Andy moved on. He went to college, I think, or whatever. And boom, the toys got a new owner. Like, I mean, it's like, what else? Like, why is there a fourth one? Like, what else could y'all possibly talk about? Then they come out with this shit. Like, what? Then they making a fifth one. I think, I could be wrong on this. Y'all have to do y'all research. I think the fifth one might be about, like, how children, like, they're gonna be on their tablets and phones and shit, because that's, y'all can see, y'all literally can see that's how it is nowadays. Kids don't care about toys. They want to be on the internet. They want iPhones, they want iPads, tablets. Like, they don't care about no toys. Maybe that's what the fifth one is going to be about, but I could be wrong. I also heard that it's going to focus more on Jesse. Again, I don't know. Y'all going to have to do y'all research. Yeah, leave y'all thoughts in the comments down below and tell me what y'all think about all of this. I'll see y'all in the next one.